Today it's my pleasure to invite him to give us some good suggestions how to be a good researcher and a professor.
Thank you, Professor Shiau. My take on how to be a good professor is actually it's very simple. How can you bring value to your institution? To bring value to your institutions, there are various aspects. Of course, first and foremost, you need to do very good research, right? You need to do good teaching, and as well as being of value and service, helping the organization to grow. In terms of research, of course, one of the important things is that you need to do your dissertation very well. In terms of methodology, in terms of writing, you have to keep writing. Of course, nowadays it's very important to publish your papers in international journals, right? As well as conferences as well. Each has its own needs. In terms of conferences, you get to meet people, right? And it's important to meet people because you'll be connected to the community, the IS community, whether it's regionally as well as internationally, right? And in terms of journal, of course, helps you to hone your research skills. How do you present your arguments? How do you build up from your the theoretical basis, theoretical grounding, and then to write a very good and very insightful research. And papers. So these are all very important parts of how do you go about publishing, and work closely with the supervisors, right? And also, not just your supervisors, you may also want to work with other collaborators, whether it's fellow students or with other faculties, right? In that sense, you get yourself to be exposed to different kinds of thinking. You get yourself to be more innovative and more open-minded in terms of how you do research, right? So you have to be very persistent. Don't get discouraged if you feel that your papers get rejected in conferences or in journals. You have to keep trying. Just realize that there are so many journals and so many conferences for you to try. So, it's not the end of the world if it's just, you just get rejected by one or two, journals or conferences. Yeah. So, in terms of teaching, I think, to a certain extent, that's also related to research, because very often teaching is one way to do knowledge transfers to the community, to other students, and so on. So, in that sense, it's important to bring your research, keep yourself updated, as well as bring your research into your teaching. And in that sense, you are actually contributing back to the community, and that is also part of your service as well. And then, of course, within the institutions, be of value to the institution by providing good service. Whenever you have the opportunity to take up some roles and responsibilities that can be helpful for you, as well as to your institution, please do. That's my take on being a good researcher as well as academic.
And then the last thing is that I suggest you to submit your paper to the Journal of Global Information Management.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Professor now is the editor-in-chief of the Global Information Management. Okay.
Yes, please do. Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.